This is the induction matrix. It is the end game way that you're going to store all of your energy that you've been generating in Mekanism. So let's have a look at how it works. First up, you can just right-click anywhere on it, and you can charge your armor, whether that's your mech suit or otherwise. You can look at the matrix statistics, and you can look at some other statistics here as well. You can also charge things in and out in the item slot here. So armor is here, items to be charged are here. Let's say I wanted to charge my configurator, for example. So we have, it looks like it's empty, but it's actually not. And that is because this thing can store a gargantuan amount of energy. If I put a creative energy cube in here and pump in an alternate universal cable, you can see how much it is inputting is 4 gigajoules. And I believe it's tetrajoules is what it's out of at the moment. So how do we first... Oh, I've broken it. How do we first actually make the induction matrix? Well, it can be this big, where you pretty much only have like, you know, one little bit in the middle, sort of like this. Or it can be this size, or it can be as gargantuan, I think, the same size as this fission reactor. I think it's like 17 by 17. The size that you can get max is insanity. And all you really need is some induction casing, which is made with steel ingots and energy tablets. It's really quite cheap. Induction ports, which are, of course, for inputting and outputting your energy. And then inside, oh, and structural glass. That's what I'm using here. Inside, you can fill it up. It doesn't have to have gaps. I could fill up all of this space inside with induction cells and providers. So if we actually have a look at the induction items here, you can see for the providers, I've got basic, advanced, elite, and ultimate, and the same with the cells. So what the providers do is they are actually saying how much can you input and output of this matrix. Imagine it as the voltage that they can input and output. And if we shift N, an advanced complex of coolant systems, conductors, and transformers capable of expanding the energized induction matrix's maximum rate of energy transfer. So if I only have a basic provider in here, then the output rate I have is 256 kilojoules. If I use a advanced, it's 2.0 million kilojoules, 16 and 131. So if I change this out for an ultimate one, now you can see that the amount I'm transferring in is a lot higher than it was before, because I have actually upped the maximum input and output of the matrix. The same goes for the cells, and these are actually how much can I store in my matrix. So same again, if I just put a basic induction cell in here, you can see it can only hold 8 gigajoules, and it's going to fill up really, really quickly. This can have 8, advanced is 64, elite is 512, and then ultimate is 4 tetrajoules, or whatever the hell it is. Now, if you can't afford the really expensive ones, I could put loads of these basic ones in here, like this. And now you can see it's going up a lot slower because it's a much bigger capacity. But let's say, oh, okay, well, I filled it up with mostly cells, but actually, do you know what? I want to double how much we can input or output, or maybe triple our input and output. You can literally mix and match whatever you want in here. I could add in some advanced as well, upping the capacity, close it back up. And you can see the capacity has gone up, and we're also adding how much we can actually input and output. So you really can mix and match how much or what you put in here. Is it mostly cells? Is it mostly providers? You know, how much do I want to store, etc. And as I said, these can be absolutely gargantuan like this if you want. So how do we make these items? Well, it's pretty much lithium dust, which is made from lithium, which is from decondensating lithium. Sorry. In a chemical oxidizer, you get gaslit lithium, make it into lithium dust. Or we can make the simpler ones, which are going to need not not so crazy, but once it goes up, so I'm getting my words really tangled here. Once we go up, it isn't as crazy. Once you've got the lithium dust, it's really just energy tablets, 4 of the prior one, and some advanced cubes, but then you need 4 of them again to go up to the next one and the next one. So it is quite expensive. I would look at a way of auto-crafting these if you can. The same is going to be with here. You need some lithium dust, a basic energy cube, and then it uses 4 of the prior, etc., with better and better circuits. And that pretty much is how we are going to use the induction matrix in Mekanism. It's actually quite a simple structure once you know how. And that is how we're going to store the huge amounts of energy that you are likely making with either your fission reactor or your fusion reactor.